Hello and welcome to Z Reviews. If you've never been here because you're a normal person, I'm Zeos and I review lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and all the goddamn audio equipment in the world. And I've had Abyss on my desk many times. Abyss. Not the 1266. No one is stupid enough or crazy enough to loan me the 1266 because I have some words and they're mostly not going to be the positive type. Just from a build, comfort, and what the hell did you fucking make standpoint. However, that hasn't drifted far from the other Abyss headphones I've reviewed. I've reviewed a couple of them that I don't have here that were borrowed. Abyss sent me this one in purple, and I think this is the TC, ZF, ML. There's so many letters and numbers. I'm sure one of you can tell me what the hell this is. And it sits here on its like third pad change. And they added this thing to the top, and then this isn't the stock wire. This wire actually came off the Timsock TS1024. Is another $2,000 planar. And these things here, the OGs, are like $4,000. And I would use them to test an amplifier's detail level. You see, that's what Abyss is. Abyss has always been... Where is it? The detail sluts of the audio world. They would tell you exactly how good your shit is. And that's gotten them by for many years. But now I sit here with the Joals, which I'm hesitant to tell you what Joal stands for because they got almost everything right. I even like the name. I like the name, the Joal. They're not the Diana, MR, ZF, PQ. They look a lot like the Diana. But they're not. In almost every way that counts. And that's the best fucking news I have for you. Because this, and I'm not joking right now, is the best thing Abyss makes. The 1266 has more detail. That's all the 1266 has. It doesn't have comfort. It doesn't have ergonomics. It doesn't have fucking price to performance. It's just got detail. 1266 is like, okay, take those fucking off and try something else. And the Dianas were their attempt, and this is like the fourth revision Diana, after DMS worked for them for a couple years, and was like telling them, you should probably make this more comfortable, and more this, and more that, and thicker pads. And they managed to squeeze this out of there with the interchangeable pads, with like the slots here for more bass to travel past. And actually they did the dots there, which I think, doesn't B&W own the patents for any golf ball nipples on vents? So just might want to check that with them. But yeah, super thin. Carbon fiber, aluminum, American-made, New York-made, actually. Planar headphones, they're worth a fucking fortune. And I'm gonna level with you. I never liked the way these felt on my head. I didn't like the wire, which was default, which is, I don't even know where it is. Somewhere in the wall, maybe? It was two very thin strand wires that went into a fabric that was kind of I didn't like it. So, I had these on my wall. I appreciated them. I used them occasionally. Again, more detail whorishness, but they never quite fit. They never quite felt right. So now we fast forward to the Joal, which showed up probably 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, it's another Diana. But it's not. It's not even a little bit Diana. Everything. And it doesn't, like, I wouldn't blame you if you turned your head and went, there's two Dianas there. It's like, oh, two of the same headphone. You're wrong. Everything's wrong. First of all, the Abyss logo here, which is out and sharp, is now in and smooth. And then like, ooh, carbon fiber right there. Well, this isn't carbon fiber. And look, you see how those triangles are much smaller than these? Let me tell you, I had a problem with these because do you know how like a shear works for like shearing a sheep? Or any razor you put in. What happens is it takes a shape like this, and what it does is it slides it. You hear that? That's the magnets and the rubbing. And what happens with these adjustments on the older units is you'd push this down while it's on your head, and that perfect precision American-made quality will grab your hair and just go, I own that now, or cut it off. So it was like, $4,000 hair trimmers. And did I mention these aren't that comfortable? They've gotten better over the years. The very first Dianas were literally impossible to wear. Now I've got a huge fat head. Huge fat head. And these, like, just required you to be like, actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put them on my head. I'm going to adjust them a little bit. I'm going to try to take them off and slide them forward at the exact same spread that my current head is there. So there's my head inside of this. And you notice the pads are not even vertical. They're still like that. Even with this massive amount of angle on them, which the massive amount of angle, by the way, even more massive on this. But wait. If we line up these two headbands, the new one's like a ½ inch wider. And wait, this is like 25% lighter? Oh my, oh. So this was out, this is now in, this is bigger to accommodate, I don't know, just to be bigger. And then you got these, aluminum, weight, and not weight like AIT, like EIGHT. I can't spell the word weight without the W, it's hard. So now we've got, looks very similar to what's under there. Same style pad attachments with the magnets built into this, and magnets built into this, and the little pegs that hold on. This one doesn't have the vent holes, but you can get them. It says Joal. It no longer cuts your hair when you're moving it up and down. It feels much more normal. They're not using the magnets that do that weird, which the magnets, by the way, in these would occasionally, I know at least 2 people in my patronage chat where the magnets fell off because they're just literally positive, negative magnet poles, and one of them like went crooked and it completely fucked everything up and then it tear it apart. So now, whoa. So you're telling me we've got, like, you know what? It might still use magnets. It might just be doing them better. Better. More like it sticks there. And then look, we've got a comfort strap. That's why they call these comfort straps, because they're comfortable. Just putting in, just leaving it so that you don't have to rest your head, because they kept like this is literally glued on to the top, because this was the normal top, and they're like, no, we made it better, and they glued on essentially Dakoni nuggets but thinner, and it didn't quite help, and it didn't make the headband wider, so I still couldn't get the head over my head at angles, and this is so much, but like I actually like the first thing I do in a review. Step 1, I haven't said this in like 2 years in this channel. If Zeos is testing a new headphone, let me tell you how you should test your first headphone. You just got a headphone in the mail. Great. Just spent this, by the way, under $2,000. So half the cost of that and a third of the cost of the 1266 and still the best thing they make. I'll explain why. The very first time you get a headphone, here's how you test. Here's how Zeos tests. He takes it out of the box. He goes, ooh, what a nice bag. I love the little Abyss labels on the end of the zippers. That's cool. Oh, it's really nice inside. Actually smells like the back of a bowling alley. And don't ask me how I know what the back of a bowling alley smells like, but that's what it smells like in there. And then you take your headphones, your brand new headphones. You just spent $1,895. Hold on, I'm checking. Oh God, it says the name. $1,895. Joel stands for Jack of all listening, and it's so cringe. Take your new headphones out of your box, put them on your head, and then don't do anything for 30 minutes. Don't plug them in. You don't even have to have the wire attached. You can, if you want to check for microphonics, which also, we got to talk about the fucking wire, because the wire's fucking beautiful. If you can wear a brand new headphone that you just purchased on your head, not playing music, for 30 straight minutes, and it doesn't annoy you, any part of the comfort annoys you, oh, it's starting to get hot. Because if you wear just earmuffs, like winter earmuffs, in like July, you're probably going to get fucking mildly annoyed by that. And why would a headphone be any different? Just because it's playing music is a distraction from the comfort. 30 minutes, no music. That's the challenge. Brand new headphone. Put them on. In fact, you could do this at home right now with a headphone you're currently wearing. Stop all music, stop watching this video, and just do something else. Go wash dishes with an unplugged headphone on your head. And if you are bothered by it for 30 minutes and you can't wait for that minutes to be over and be like, oh, fuck, thank God, your headphone is shit. And every headphone from Abyss up to this point has failed that test. It's failed the test. Meze's pass it clean as day. Fucking Tungsten, I forget I'm wearing them sometimes. But no Abyss headphone has ever been comfortable. Period. Until these. And it's not just the headband size is bigger. It's not just the comfort strap. It's not just that these specific pads have the proper right angle. And it's not just the weight. It's all of these things, and the clamp is linear. Look. See that? If I go to do that on this, I'd say it's 40% harder to pull these apart. Like the actual physical strength of the steel up there is like, And then if I do that with this, it's like, I know this is the most technical review you've ever seen. Ready? Time it in frames. Versus, there's less mass to these. There's more space, less mass, more like they focused on comfort, finally. And I can wear them. It's a miracle. It's a Christmas fucking miracle. And now let's talk about the wire. Let's get off the, I was doing a listening test between my older set here and the new one, and I absolutely prefer the new one. This one still had that standard Abyss, like, we love detail, and fuck everything else, because detail. And they were the kings of that. If you just cared about detail, I knew where to send you. Go to Abyss. This has, I hesitate to say this word, but balance. I can play bassy tracks on it. It doesn't feel like it's completely out of its element. It's light and airy. It feels lighter. It wears lighter, and it sounds lighter. It still takes a bit of power. It used to be one of the harder things I had to drive, but, Tungsten comes in and just shits on. If you think something's hard to drive, then Tungsten shows up and pulls at its dick and just slaps it on the table, and you ain't got hard to drive. Let's look at the wire. At first, it kind of looks like a KZ IEM wire, like it's an 8-wire, but it's done with a fucking 4-wire weave. Wait, it's a 16-wire. Is it an 8-wire or 6? I can't fucking count. Let's count the individuals. That's 8-wire. Yeah, this is a 16-wire weave. So you get silver and copper, and they're pins. This is if China wasn't China. Because China just makes some really nice, IEM's cables for cheap. But they're always jank and off and a little bit wrong. This is if you took that same pattern and you just made it fucking perfect. And it's so flexible and nice. Look, you lay it on things and it just lays perfectly. Right? It's got the carbon fiber inlay things in it, which I could give or take. But then you unplug the ends of it, and one of the other holdovers from is it's still a 2.5 millimeter. It's still a 2.5, so you can't just swap it out with a Maggia cable or something you like, but at least I don't want to. The hardest part is when you want to and you can't. I don't actually want to. They went with a very simple, they didn't have to do this, and you could probably just get a snips and snip these off. But there's a flat point there, because you're supposed to put it here and have it slide up and be against, and it used to be on the old one, it was shaped like that to fill it in, and that's dumb. I don't like the old cable. I love the new cable. And they offer now on all the sites I've seen 3 different adapters in the same exact wire, and they're only $50 a piece, which, if you know what Abyss stuff costs, is fucking free essentially. I would even recommend, if they sell these separately, which I haven't checked, go there and buy one. If you need an XLR to 4.4, a 3.5 to 4.4, or a 1/4 inch to 4.4, you can buy them. You can order these with one or all of them, and they're $50 a piece. They don't give you a sale if you get all 3. They're just no, it's $50. So you raise it at $150 if you're buying it. But at $18.95, which is the cheapest thing I think Abyss has ever made, that's still a fucking bargain. I wonder if they made this wire in China. I wonder if this is because they had to save money somewhere. Even if they did that, it doesn't matter. It's beautiful. It's fucking gorgeous. It's just nice to look. It's nice to hold. So, okay, let's go back to, we're in the Valencia, by the way. If you don't know, I have a collaboration amplifier with Orchard Audio. It's a headphone power amp. It's 17 watts a channel at 32 ohms. What is the actual ohms of these? I should look. It's going to be written here somewhere. Where is it? Let's try another page. Next page. Give me the fucking specs. I don't like reading descriptions of companies that put out their own products. I can't do it. Joal is a time machine for music. Never ceases to amaze as it feeds your soul. 50s, written Fifty_S. And then 60s, 70s with the numbers instead of the written. Like, what? Why would you change it? Why would you change it in the middle? You wouldn't write 50s with an F and then you'd write 607. Rock and roll, EDM, jazz, blues, classical, even bluegrass. Even bluegrass. That is some bias against fucking bluegrass. Will touch you in ways that must be hard to grasp. Never, please. I hope AI wrote this. I just hope AI wrote this. Where the hell is my 63 millimeter planar speakers? Deliver full sound with extended bass, 16 core. Oh, I could have just read that. What is your 30 ohms? So they're a 30 ohm thing. So that means that this is putting out roughly 17 watts a channel into it. So not nothing. I am preamping it with the Joal Arcal 3 Pro on high gain. And then it makes this sound. So I want to listen to music while I'm talking about it because I have the brain of a peanut. And so I completely forgot what they sounded like because I stopped listening 5 minutes ago and just started yelling about wires. But if you want to know what that was, by the way, that is Stranger Things rolling out the pool. I love soundtracks. Because soundtracks are paid for before they're made versus someone in a studio who's hoping people like their music and producers who are trying to make it sound good on the radio or whatever. No. You pay fucking the guy who did Stranger Things, Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein. You say, here's $750,000. Make us music, make it sound good, make sure it's recorded right. We'll see you in 3 months, 5 months, whatever the fuck the deadline is. And then it sounds great. Where music that's made by artists doesn't make money until it's made. This is already paid for. So soundtracks tend to be better. Speaking of cyberpunk edge runners. So like this song here, which I could scroll down to get the fucking name of it. Anti-Gamma Kevin is not an audiophile song. That is some screamy, loud bullshit. And it doesn't hurt on Joal. If I plug that back in, and let's just swap straight up. Hold. Look at the wires like rolling off the table because it's so soft. Someone over at Abyss must have had like a weird wet dream where everything got soft and it's come to life. So I'm not going to adjust the volume because we'll check efficiency differences. Put this on my... Actually, no, I'm going to put this slightly off of my ears. God, it's so much harder to just pull this open. I'm tempted to just... You know what? I'm just going to... Fuck the metal up inside of there. That's a little better. Which you could just do that. But slightly quieter. So these are less efficient. Jesus Christ. That is, I mean, we're only going RC into this, so it's it's literally like a quarter of its power. But the fact that that's more efficient as well, and this sounds like absolute, I don't know if you could tell from the mics, it sounds like shit. It's just it's a fucking mess inside of that. This does better on worse music. That's a trait. That's a trait I look for. That's an old Meze trait where you used to put the worst crap you've ever heard through a Meze headphone and it was glorious. Guess what? Hashtag stolen. I could sleep to this. This is like bedtime music now. Bob Marley, Buffalo Soldier. What is it, Drake? I hope one day there isn't like a fire upstairs and he's screaming at me, trying to say like, hey, Dad, fire. Oh, God. I hear him coming down the steps. What? None of your business. Mahmoud Alap Balak Boob. What a screamy bastard. All right. You know what? I can't hear him anymore. Buffalo Soldier's playing. It's engaging and aggressive and yet doesn't hurt, and it's smooth. I don't... If you told me... If I watched this video, if you sent this video back in time, 6 months before I knew this existed, and this is all I really had from them, and I would not fucking believe you. I'd be like, AI did a great job of lying to you on this sounding like me. Because I'm actually kind of fucking impressed. Hold on. This is a warm, soulful song. And it sounds that way. Oh, by the way, I also have the Deconi pads. Didn't quite... I used to have them on these before these bass extending bigger pads showed up. These Deconi ones. And they helped before, but then those are better. And now I tried these on this, and it's different, but not what I would want. I'd probably have to try the different style of Deconis. But oh my God. I can actually, with my whole soul, recommend an Abyss fucking headphone. I can recommend it. It's a yes. It's an actual yes. Not one of those fake yeses where it's like, yeah, I guess you can get the Diana because whatever the MRTC or fuck's out right now. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good with... It's good. It's good with detail. I don't find them that comfortable, but maybe... I have a big fat head. Maybe you'll fit better. These will fit your head no matter what. These are lighter, more comfortable, better accessories. Again, you have to buy these things separately if you're getting them. But maybe you don't need it. Maybe you're with God's connector, which is just 4.4. Let's try it on... I haven't turned on the own X1S GT yet, which I have going with this. So let's... Maximum. Maximum works. I'm just going to take it to like 3 o'clock. Come on now. A little bit warmer out of that. That's a weirdo one, this guy here. It's got like 10 ohms impedance out of the front. All right, you know what? It's good. Let's go. Oh, here, tubes. Tube fucking hybrid. High gain. Oh, it's just a little bit... Of your soul. I can't keep playing it because I know you could hear it because they're blasting it open back. I'm actually excited. I wanted to do this. Usually doing an Abyss review is like, oh, fuck, I have to say all sorts of shit because I don't want to insult everybody at Abyss. I met them. I hung out once. But yeah, the headphones. No, these are actually fucking great. Actually, honestly, the best thing Abyss has ever made. Everyone was thinking that the new announcement was going to be the closeback. And I had these already, so I knew it was going to be this, and I couldn't say anything. But I heard the closebacks at New York either last year or the year before, and let me tell you, nothing has ever needed more work than those closebacks. So keep going, because I wasn't excited about all new future Abyss things. It's always been the same, and like, it's been glued on pads to try to improve it. They haven't made an actual step. This is a fucking step. Like, look, I can hold it with like 2 fingers. The fact that it isn't a million pounds. I don't care that this is a polymer and not aluminum unless it... Wait, is this an aluminum? Did they make this out of like a crazy lightweight... I try not to read. CNC machined aluminum chassis with high durability black texture. It is aluminum. I'm fucking wrong. It's not plastic. How'd they do that? It doesn't sound like aluminum, but you know what? I'll fucking believe them. I believe them. I know these guys. They're like, can we make that out of... Because then why is this one so much fucking heavier? Were they like thick slicing it like bologna? Because the actual chassis, look, oh my God, the magnets. Oh, that is the weirdest sensation I've ever felt. They're trying not to kiss. But you could see how thick this is versus how thick this is. And it's like, well, obviously I would have consumed it. Everything on this is actually thicker. Yet it weighs less. And that comfort, man, I'm gonna cry from how comfortable they made the Joals. This should have been when 1266 was invented, and they had it before they told anyone back in whatever year, 1971, wherever the fuck 1266 is from. They should have put it on their heads with the stupid screw thing on the top of it and went, great, this sounds fantastic. Now take this piece of shit apart and put it in something comfortable. Because it's just cups. The 1266, you could cut off that headband. The cups are all that matters. And just put that on something comfortable. It should have been this. It should have always been comfortable. Headphones, everything should be number 1, comfortable. Number 2, built well or sound good. Those are your 2 options. But number 1's always comfort, because you got to fucking wear it. You don't make the world's finest jeans uncomfortable, but they look really good. No, comfortable first, then everything else. I don't give a shit how nice my Herman Miller chair looks if it feels like shit when I'm sitting in it. Right? Comfort first, always first. I can't believe I love, I actually, like, this does move a little bit when I put it on my head, but I also have I was going to say a GoPro, but it's a DJI on my head. Your L&R indicators are up here, which is nice. Was that where they were there? Yep, has some moved. I'll make sure I'm not wearing them backwards. They've actually, like, it's like a weird knockoff. Because it's like, yeah, this is my Temu fucking Abyss headphone. And then you get it. It's lighter, more comfortable, and sounds better. And cheaper. It's perfect. And it's not that I'm saying, oh, I want a Temu headphone. I want them to make this. This is a perfect Abyss example. Is it tungsten? No, I'm not going to say that. Not out loud. But fuck, man, talk about most improved award goes to Joal for being an Abyss headphone that I don't immediately hate every second I'm wearing them. And then the music comes on. Because I've been jerking off about how comfortable they are. Let's jerk off about something else. Woo. So let's go from a tube hybrid back to infinite power and a Joal Labs preamp. Like there's an echo in this song. When he stops talking, you could hear the space. You're welcome? The fuck did I tell her? You could hear the space behind the microphone. So it still has the detail. It's just a little bit smoother. Smoothness. Maybe the thinnest. And you know what? You know how a lot of companies will add smoothness? Make the diaphragm bigger. Everyone's like, thinner diaphragm, faster, thinner, faster, thinner, faster. But the human ear isn't made of parts that fucking thin or fast. It's like trying to scream 60,000 hertz into an ear that can only hear 20. It's like it's not comfortable with that. It doesn't want to digest. Now, I don't know if that's what they did for this. I haven't read into it. I want to know as little as possible. I don't even like to know the price before I'm doing a review, but I had to know this one. This just feels like they took it down 10%. The aggression of like trying to force feed you how good listen how good ours are. Listen how good. Take that shit down like 10, 15% to just be like, hey, listen to how good ours are. See the difference in that? Between, hey, listen to these and, hey, listen to these. It's a very slight difference, but I can tell you I'd rather have one than the other about 150%. I don't think I found music that I don't like on these. The heaviest of the heavy bass tracks are delivered much better than the old one, but still not as good as something like Tungsten with a bigger driver. That's, I think, a 90-something millimeter, and this is only a 60-something millimeter. Being smaller also gives it the advantage of still being faster, though. So even though if it can't move as much air, it's moving a much smaller area more accurately. This should be their top-selling headphone of all time. And I'm not going to be the only person that says this. You don't have to worry about it like, oh, Zeos, you're a shill. Oh, I can be. If I love something, I'll shill the shit out of it, regardless of how much it costs or where it comes from. And this is such an exciting improvement. I mean, it gets 2 waifus, for fuck's sake. It gets the desk mat, and it gets her. I don't know who are you happy? Look, she got the look. There's a happy face. We got the happy face and the thing, happy face and the shirt. I knew I picked it for a reason. This song is a Blacklicious Make You Feel That Way from Blazing Arrow. I thought it was a Broken Arrow soundtrack. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And it's a vinyl rip, or it's pretending to be a vinyl rip. I know a lot of modern music will put on a crackle track. But like, well, make it sound like it's playing off a vinyl. That's fun. It's not, unless you're playing off a vinyl. But the clicks and pops at the beginning of this song, like it's warping a click and pop, it just sounds so fucking good. Hold on, wait, I want to get the guys going left and right. It's just, these are a lovely fucking headphone. A lovely. never thought I'd see the day. We go back to Abyss. Let me see what they have as far as... So they have the option for either any of the 3 adapters or all of them, which takes the price from $18.95 to $20.45. There's no option for color. Master tape sound. What the fuck does that mean? So now I'm actually reading the page. I avoided the page. So now I'm just sort of like looking at it. Movie cues from movies and music recreate the space. Original recordings is uncanny. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of this is this. Almost all descriptions are this. And it's not their fault. It's every headphone has to try to sell you a thing with words. I mean, I have to try to sell you a thing with words, but my words are on the spot made up and my brain is fucked up. When you have time to write and rewrite, it gets bad. Popular form of amplifier requires for connector, additional machine. I just want to know what the fuck that means. Why does it say master tape sound? Are they aiming this to be from scratch? Joel encompasses everything with it. Yeah, I apologize for saying it. I was plastic. It's the most plasticky aluminum I've ever fucking felt. But you know what? Fuck it. Like that? I guess that you could say that kind of sounds like it. But this with the texture was totally giving me like ABS plastic vibes. Yeah, it's just aluminum. For portable function, Joel with the optional tiny pocket is Audiophile Go Blue amp at checkout. Will Go Blue run these? Are you fucking real? I haven't had my Go Blue out in a couple months, maybe even like a year. I should go charge the thing. I don't know. I mean, I remember it being powerful, but not this powerful. By the way, the weight with ear pads is 390 grams. Pretty sure Eris is like 370 grams. They're comparable. If you've owned Eris, if you own my collab headphone with all the bass in the world, these are comparable weight now. I kill you with these. That's a weight loss program anyone could be proud of. The heaviest things on this are the glass on the side of it, which I like. Actually helps cause rigidity in the ear cup, which keeps it from resonating. It's a whole thing. Yes. I'm giving these a full fuck yes. They're pretty-ish. I wish they came in colors like this. They were doing the color series of the other headphones. Let me see if they've got, like, so I could just at least show you. Headphones. Give me something. Yeah, okay. So, like, the MRs are 3,000. These are the DZs. These are before the DZs. Which, by the way, I didn't review the Diana DZ, but DZ is disease. Disease. It's not hard to figure out. We all speak English. You got those Diana disease? You got the Diana disease. I could have made a joke about it. I didn't. So I don't know. These must be this. This must be the TCs. Big, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I never got to review that, and that's the only other $4,000 set here. Here, by the way, in case you don't know what 1266 looks like, I just want to give you the look. So that is a stiff vertical bar that comes up about here. And those are like 110 millimeters. It is the most Frankenstein-looking freak show headphone ever. Wait a second. I've used this, but did I review it? Because I remember figuring out a thing with the headband where it wasn't stiff enough, and I flipped it over 180 or 360 degrees, which tightened it and let me put it on my head without it sagging. And then that, like, in the back isn't like a foam. It's like an injected aluminum spray that, like, hardens it. There's a lot of tech in it. Just don't do the rest of the thing. Just take this out and put a normal headphone on it. And it would have been fine. It would have been fine. And $6,000, it would have been fine. $6,000 would have been fine. So, yeah, I think anyone who's going to buy these is going to go to a show to listen to them. God, they're so light in the hand. I would actually wear these out, like in public. I'm sure they would blast. You gotta trust people around you are not listening to your music, or you're listening to good enough music. Like, if you listen to the soundtrack from Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, you'll probably be loved by everyone around you because there's nothing but good songs in there. This is The Mandalorian. Come With Me from season 2. God, strings sound so, I want to say soft, but that's going to scare some of you. Like, oh, they made it soft? No. They didn't make it soft. They fixed the rough edges in the sound. Like, I went from a tube hybrid to a solid state with the Joal, which isn't a tube, and it kind of still sounds a little bit like there's a tube powering it. If I went with full... This is full just DAC amp, straight in getting digital, and it's an SMSL, so it's not going to be like a soft... And I don't like it as much on this. The DO400, I don't like it as much. But it's not a bad sound. You want to give these tons of power. I'm at high gain on this, and I'm at like negative 19. Negative 17. Negative 13. Love you. Yes. These are, for the first time ever on this channel, with all of my heart, an Abyss headphone is a yes. Go buy it. Go buy it. You don't have to be afraid of it anymore. It used to be something I was like, oh God, Abyss is at this show. If I listen to their headphone, it's going to... First of all, if I put on their headphone, I'm going to be uncomfortable for like the time I'm wearing it. And then the sound is going to be the exact same sound they've always had. And it doesn't stray from the detail retrieval. They just figured out a way to do their house sound. And there is a fucking house sound on Abyss. And not make me hate it. So, golf claps for Abyss. You have done well. Now, get rid of all these other ones, and for fuck's sake, redesign 1266 to not be insane, although the insane is probably why people are attracted to it, because I look like a crazy person wearing it, so therefore it'll sell a lot. No. Headbands, real headband, that like fits with a comfort strap. This should have taught you, and this, by the way, is just the softest, smoothest little thing you've ever felt. Like, the Abyss hasn't changed the fact that they use like the best materials. Because it's half the price, doesn't mean it's half as well built. In fact, I would say this is better built. And then the wire comes into it. No matter where this wire came from, it is so fucking good. Look at it. You want to play with it. You want to make it do loops, and it just looks so pretty. I don't even want to change the wire on it. That's an insane thing for me to say about an Abyss headphone. About most headphones. All right. Wallpaper in the Wallpaper Horde. This channel runs off of Subscribe subscribers and Patreon people like you. If you want to see these reviews early, because all my patrons get to see reviews early, subscribe. I've had to raise the price to $7 a month because it's 2025 and I haven't raised the price in 8 years, 2 months. And guess what inflation does? It makes me broke. So for $7 a month, you get to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, hear lossless sound demos. I haven't done one of this yet. But I've got the $1,500 Neumann microphones that I put it on, and it's on the private channel, and I get to use not safe for work wallpapers so people can't re-upload it to YouTube. That's my excuse. And I get to play whatever music I want to make these sound the best into the mic so you get to know what they sound like compared to the other 400 sound demos I've done over the years. If you're already a subscriber to this channel and you know the sound demos went away a couple years ago, they haven't gone away. They're just on Patreon and Subscribestar. So if you join for $7 a month, you get that. And then for $10 a month, and it's going to go up in 2 months because I didn't want to change both categories simultaneously. So you pay $7, you get into the low tier. For currently $10 a month, it will soon be $15. Private behind the scenes Telegram chat where you can ask me questions directly and get into a lifetime swap meet channel where you can buy, sell, and trade gear. There's 419 subscribers in there. So anytime you join the $10 chat, soon to be $15 chat, if you want to sell something for life, you're in a chat with other people who have been $10 and soon to be $15 chatters, and you just buy, sell, and trade things. In fact, a set of Mod House tungsten showed up in there, and I almost had a heart attack because things never go secondhand market. So I freaked out a little bit. But if you want to be in there, feel free. So that's it. That's my rant. I can't believe Abyss did, like, that's a great little touch. I like these little soft little things. Yeah, it definitely smells like the back of a bowling alley. Anyway, I'm done. You're done. We're on. Thank you. Good night. Yep, you know what? Fuck these. Going in the yard sale. See you at the first of the month. You're dead to me, can opener.